Join me as I take on the challenge of understanding emotional intelligence during grief and see if I can find a way to heal and move forward. In this video, you will explore how emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in healing from grief and moving forward in life. Many people struggle with grief, feeling overwhelmed and unable to process their emotions effectively, which can hinder their healing process. Grief can be a very intense and painful experience, especially when we're dealing with the loss of a loved one. It's essential to acknowledge that grief affects everyone differently, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach to dealing with it. When we're grieving, we often feel like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of emotions, and it can be challenging to find a way out. The grieving process can be incredibly isolating, leaving us feeling like we're all alone in our pain. One of the significant challenges of dealing with grief is that it can be difficult to make sense of our emotions. We might feel angry one moment, and then switch to feelings of sadness or guilt the next. It's like being on an emotional roller coaster, and it can be tough to find a sense of balance. Many people turn to coping mechanisms like denial, substance abuse, or avoidance to deal with their grief. While these methods might provide temporary relief, they ultimately hinder our ability to heal and move forward. It's essential to develop healthier coping strategies that allow us to process our emotions effectively and find a way to heal. You will delve into the components of emotional intelligence, such as self-awareness and empathy, and how they can help individuals navigate their grief journey more effectively. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and understand emotions in ourselves and others. When we're grieving, developing emotional intelligence can help us better comprehend our emotions and respond to them in a more constructive way. Developing self-awareness, for instance, allows us to recognize our emotions and acknowledge them, rather than suppressing or denying them. Having empathy for ourselves and others is also critical during the grieving process. When we can put ourselves in other people's shoes and understand their perspective, we can build stronger, more supportive relationships that help us heal. Empathy also allows us to be more compassionate towards ourselves, which is essential when dealing with the intense emotions that come with grief. By practicing empathy, we can create a sense of community and connection, which is vital when we're feeling isolated and alone. Emotional intelligence also helps us develop better communication skills, which are essential when dealing with grief. When we can communicate our emotions effectively, we can express our needs and feelings to others, and receive the support and care we need. Communication is a two-way process, and developing emotional intelligence helps us become more effective listeners as well. By being more attuned to the emotions and needs of others, we can build stronger, more meaningful relationships that support our healing journey. The key insight is that by developing emotional intelligence, you can create a healthier relationship with your emotions, allowing for a transformative healing experience. When we understand and acknowledge our emotions, we can respond to them in a more constructive way. This helps us break free from the cycle of negative emotions and find a sense of peace and closure. Developing emotional intelligence takes time and practice, but it's an essential skill for anyone looking to heal from grief and move forward in life. One of the most significant benefits of developing emotional intelligence is that it allows us to reframe our grief experience. Rather than seeing grief as a weakness or a failure, we can view it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. By acknowledging and working through our emotions, we can find a sense of purpose and meaning, even in the darkest of times. This helps us shift our focus away from the pain and towards the positive aspects of our lives, allowing us to find a sense of hope and renewal. Developing emotional intelligence also helps us cultivate gratitude and appreciation for the people and experiences we've had in our lives. When we focus on the positive aspects of our relationships, we can find a sense of peace and closure, even in the midst of grief. This helps us honor the memory of our loved ones in a more positive and uplifting way. In summary, emotional intelligence is essential for understanding and managing grief, enabling you to heal and move forward positively. If you found this video helpful, consider watching our next video on practical techniques for enhancing emotional intelligence, and share your thoughts in the comments below.